Hello everyone, welcome to Atman Unleash Your Soul. Since my last video, many of you have joined my channel and many of you have subscribed, and thank you so much. If you want, you can check out my other content as well. Today in this video, we would be talking about how to stop negative thinking and also going on a loop or overthinking, things like that. We know that negative thinking is bad. We also know that negative thinking brings in with itself a lot of stress, anxiety, panic, etc. But still, we are not being able to stop the loop of negative thinking. Congratulations to you that you have come to my video, and I'm assuming that you are looking out for something which is a mechanism which can stop negative thinking. When we talk about the mind usually operates in a pattern which it has already created for itself. And it's very, very difficult, even when you see lot of motivational videos, inspirational talks, and also knowing in the intellect part of the brain that yes, you should not overthink or you should not delve into negative thinking, but still it is difficult. The reason why it's difficult is that we need to perform certain activities and get into certain habits so that the pattern or loop of negative thinking kind of stops. In many of my videos, I also talk about a default negative thought pattern. I have never explained it in my videos before, and the reason I always mention it is that there are certain people who are hardwired in their brain to think in a negative way. They might rationalize it, they might logically explain it by saying that I am being materialistic, I am being a realist, things like that. But here is an interesting fact. You must be knowing how social media works, right? That is, you like certain content, and after that, be it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you get in your feed the kind of content that you have liked before, that you have hovered for some time on before, and it keeps feeding you such kind of content. So what if I tell you that reality also has an algorithm? That is, whatever you're thinking on loop actually becomes your reality. And that is how it works. When you think of the worst case scenario all the time, that is what the reality will also confirm to. It has its root and basis in quantum physics, wherein a lot of research is already being done. And I don't need to prove it to you as a matter of fact that this is a reality. But firstly, when we try to think of how we are going to stop the negative loop or negative thought pattern, there are 3 simple steps that you can take. And these are a matter of habit. And when you develop these habits, slowly and steadily, your life starts to change. How you feel starts to change. How you react to a particular situation starts to change as well. So let's start with point number 1. Point number 1 or step number 1 is to be aware that I am a negative thinker. Yes, this awareness is very important. Be it in the aspect of your job or your relationship or your family life or anything for that matter, you can be a negative person. And maybe you are a positive person in some aspect of your life, but in some other aspect of your life, maybe you are negative. Maybe in terms of finances, you are negative. In terms of your career, you are negative, or in terms of your relationships, you are negative. So firstly, being aware of this point is very important. And once you are aware of it, you write it down, because we know that awareness comes from certain experiences, either our past experiences or our exposure to people or our exposure to certain information in the media that we have caught on to. Once you're aware, it's very easy to move away from it. So step number 1 is awareness. Step number 2 is deciding. Since you're already in the video, I think you have decided already, right? So step number 2 is deciding I will move away from this pattern. And when you decide it, you consciously give yourself at least 21 to 30 days to form this habit, to break this pattern. So 21 days is usually the time which the brain takes to form a habit, and you honestly provide yourself with that time. Step number 3 is taking care of your mental diet. When you're eating junk food, you would have people around you telling you that you wanted to achieve a particular fitness goal, and now look at you, you are eating so much of junk. But in your mind, when you're feeding such negative things, there is nobody to stop you, because it is only you who knows, who is aware of what the mind is going through. So in your mind, you have to know that when you wake up in the morning or in the course of the day, you have to feed your brain with certain things which are not only intellectually stimulating but also are positive. So you can read something which is positive, you can see something, some motivational, inspirational video which is positive, you can speak to people who are positive, and also you can create something which is positive. By that I mean to say, pick up on habits which are maybe writing something down, having a journal wherein you note 10 good things that has happened to you during the course of the week, or 5 good things you want in your future, because you are creating or visualizing your future also that way. So that is what I talk about when I say having a great and sound mental diet. And a bonus pro tip is that to be a conscious thinker. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that your brain or your mind is your best friend and your worst enemy, right? So the brain, which is putting us in so much of trouble, can also be of a lot of help when we know how to use it the right way. In the last and final step, you have to catch each negative thought when it arises. I am not telling you that negative thinking will go away just in a blink of an eye. But when it happens at that particular moment, you can be aware, you can catch that negative thought. And once you catch that negative thought, you have to stop it at that point in time and say that I have entertained you, I have given you a room in my mind for a lot of time, but currently, no, you are not welcome anymore. And you can leave. And when you catch that negative thought and you are aware of that negative thought, you stop it and then you replace it with something positive. Because you cannot just remove a negative thought. You have to replace it with something positive each and every time. So catch your mind when it is about to hover in the zone of negativity and you replace it with a positive thought. These are the 3 steps and one bonus pro step which can help you create a positive mindset and stop the loop of negative thinking. I hope you have liked the video. If you have any further questions, you can email it to me at atmanbyamala@gmail.com. And once you start practicing these things, I can tell you that after 21 days, you will for sure see a change in not only your own self, your inner world, but also your outer world. Because your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Because that is what you're expecting, that is what the world is also bringing to you. It's just like an algorithm. And if you think that you have exposed yourself to media and negative content all the time, then stop it for a while. Stop going on Instagram for a while or YouTube for a while and just think that from this day, I choose to be different. From this day, I choose to think different. Leave alone how your future will look like. You're making your present also miserable. And that is something which is not desirable, right? Because we are here in this life to enjoy, to be at peace, and to be in a high vibration mode and not only in survival mode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love that you have given me. Until next time, until next week, don't stop dreaming.